Real talk, this is actually a re-recording of something I recorded earlier in the week, and the audio quality sucked, so yeah, I wasn't happy overall, so I'm just gonna try to record it, and here we are. Hi guys, Crystal here, and today we're gonna do a tag video. I was tagged by the most wonderful fellow queen of chaos, Marta, in the Writers Not Writing tag. I kind of thought it was super cool. Anyway, so yay! It is a series of questions about what the writer is doing while not writing. I think we should just get right underway and get started. Oh, and yes! I figured out how to put my camera in the right resolution so there's no more cloud borders, even though I like the cloud borders, but now it actually fits the screen correctly. I figured out where that button was. Maybe it's only took a couple years. Okay, so question number 1. Do I have a day job? No. I am unemployed, and I've been unemployed for 2-ish years since just before COVID hit. Some may know, some may don't. I lost it. I used to work in a grocery store, and then before that I worked at Tim Hortons, a local coffee shop. Local. I lost it due to some health issues with my shoulder. I couldn't really do the job anymore, so I'm like, you know what? Done. And here we are. I am living I'm just gonna do 1 million projects to try to busy my brain because I like learning new things, and going outside is not most people tell me, you're gonna go stir crazy if you don't work in the real world. No. I keep my brain busy. My brain don't get crazy. Yeah. Question number 2. Are you a reader? Yes-ish? Yes-ish. I do like to read, and I do have genres that I prefer over others, as Marta has pointed out. I'm a big physical book fan. I love the paper, the smell, the feel. I'm a very tactile person by nature. That being said, I do enjoy audiobooks-ish. That's a recent discovery more than anything else. Especially since I find I am a very, very slow reader, and I tend to lose interest even in books that I enjoy because it just takes so long to get through them. I don't know if that really makes super a lot of sense, but yeah, it's a lot harder for me to devour books. I used to in high school, just eat a book every couple of days. Eat a book. But adult me has a lot harder of a time with it, I guess. I do like ebooks. I have an iPad. It has ebook apps on it. But I find I lose interest in ebooks faster unless I have an audiobook that I'm listening to at the same time so I can follow along. So I can still get the sentence structure and the text quality of reading. Because seeing how other writers write in the actual, like, mechanical sense helps me with mine, since I'm horrible at learning grammar and all this other crap. Seeing how others do it, I'm a mimic by nature, by learning, so yeah, I am a human equivalent to a Kenku. D&D fans, you'll know what that means. Yeah, that's question number 2. Question number 3. Can you guess what my other hobbies are? I'm a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. Big fan. Have a problem. About this big. I love watching Critical Role. I love watching LA by Night. I know LA by Night technically isn't D&D, but it kind of sits in the classification bubble as far as I'm concerned. I used to paint minis. And if I wasn't absolutely terrified of pulling them down... Which one can I bring out? I mean, I shouldn't be showing this off just because I like painting minis doesn't mean I'm any good at them. Let's see if this works. This is... I'm gonna probably put some pictures up instead. But that was my very first D&D character. Thea Sea Stone. Or Sea Scale. One of those. I don't remember. I painted her for our very first D&D campaign. I have the whole party sitting up on my mantle. Mantle? Is this a mantle? The thing above my desk. It's up here. In the little shelf. Painted them for the party. Kept them. Yeah, total fan. It's a thing. I'm also an avid video gamer. If this is your first time to my channel, there's some gameplay videos. I don't do that much anymore just because, you know, I don't really have the resources to do the gameplay videos. But I'm an avid gamer. Right now I'm playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. I used to play World of Warcraft, much like so many other people, but my reasons for not playing anymore are multifold. So there's that. I also love to draw and animate. I am teaching myself how to do both, so it's not that great. I'm gonna put some more art images, because why not? Talking about my hobbies, I might as well show them off. Question number 4. Tea or coffee? I'm a toffee person, or a key, or, yeah. I like both. Especially depending on the situation. I'm a big fan of Sleepy Time tea. A recent discovery, I know. I love Orange Pico. I love a lot of the weird teas. Like Chocolate Rocket, Chunky Monkey, Triple Berry, stuff like that. If you have a David's Tea in your area, that's where I get mine from. Not sponsored. Because I absolutely love their teas. They're freaking weird and amazing and fabulous. But I also love coffee. Especially in the lack of sleep department. Recently, with it being so hot this summer, I take a little bit of espresso powder, dissolve it in water, add milk and creamer, and it's almost Frappuccino status as far as Miss Lactose Intolerance can go, and cheap ass. But yeah, that's what I do, and it's fucking good. I love it. Apparently, I should not have touched my minis because now there's dust circulating around my brain, and I'm gonna get my allergies set off real quick. Woo! Question number 5. What are you passionate about? Aside from writing, which is my big passion of all of my passions, I see writing as part of my identity, in who I am as a person. I love writing. I love talking about writing. And if anybody asks me anything about my story, I will tell them to the point where I'm probably being really annoying. It's a problem. But aside from that, I am very passionate about... I don't actually know. Thinking about it? I mean, I love food. I love cooking. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it my passion, though. Because it's always been writing. You know what I mean? So, is that the answer? That might be the answer. Question number 6. We all know the answer to this one. And you can't see her because she's just out of frame. Sleeping, all cutesy. But, I have a cat. I have a year-ish old kitten. Her name is Azurite. She is my ranger companion. She is my warlock patron. She is my Fey archdruid. She has the smushiest face, as some people have noted. And it's true. She is cute and cuddly and lovable, and I've never met such a sweet cat in all of my existence. Most of the cats I've ever met are assholes. But not Miss Azzy. She's my little bestie. She's my best friend. Yeah. She's our first pet as a couple too, which is even more awesome because I am a dog person by nature. Because most cats I've met, you know, previous statement justified. But my husband is a cat person. Like, I love animals altogether, but he wanted a cat, so we got a cat. And I was the one who picked. I was the one who picked it. I picked her. Because there was like a bunch of pictures on the Humane Society website we went to. And in the back of, she was in the back of her they had a picture of her entire litter, and at the back of it, I'm like, that one. Beautiful little gray, scrawny, big head, big paws, little body. Like, that's our cat. And we got her. And we regret nothing. And yes, I am one of those people. It's like, I'm not a cat person. Immediately falls in love with her cat. Not ashamed. Also, only I can turn a 5-minute video into 20 minutes. 20 minutes yet? Oh, it's only 12. Cool. It'll be 20 by the end. Watch. Question number 7. What was my dream job when I was a child or / when I was younger? 3 guesses. First 2 don't count. Writing. I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be a professional writer, author, all that sort of thing. I did for like a couple years want to be an actor, because we went on a field trip to one of the local universities, of which there are 2 and 1 college. I live in one of those type of towns, and I fell in love with, like, the class was super fun. It was like the energy, and like I was like 6, I think. But it was so much fun. So, of course, 6-year-old sees something fun, they want to do the fun thing. And and it was after that I discovered writing. And then that became the entire focus of me, especially in high school. Like, that was the only thing I was going to do. No matter how many times people told me to get a trade job, to get something more financially sound, and all of that stuff. I'm like, no, the only thing I'm going to do is become a writer. Now, that bit me in the ass because I should have went for journalism. But, so yeah, no, I wanted to be a writer as a kid. Like, that was my thing. I think I've mentioned that in other videos. I think my author newbie tag has it, where I go in depth as to how I was a writer as a child. Yeah, that's the answer to that question. Question number 8. If you could live anywhere else in the world, where would it be? As far as that goes, I want to live somewhere just a little out, away from, like, big cities. Right now, I do live in a relatively large, urban setting. And I would love to be just, like, 20 minutes out of town, in a little house, be able to drive into town when I need it, and get home and not have to deal with any of the anxieties and the pressures of being in an urban environment. Because I do have a bit of agoraphobia. Like, not like a lot. The way I define it is, like, I have a radius of places, of an area that I can travel without getting anxious. And there are even spots in that section that there's like a block that I will not go up and down, because it just terrifies me. And if I go out of my little bubble, I also get scared. When I lived in Niagara Falls, New York for 6 months, when hubby and I first started kind of trying this stuff out, I never left the house, because it was new and I didn't really want to learn it. But anywhere else in the world, aside from that parameter of being 20 minutes outside of a city, I feel like this sounds a little cliche, but I want to live in Europe, in England or Scotland or Ireland, somewhere just out there. I am a bit of European all the way around. I think I'm more Scot than anything. I haven't exactly taken the ancestry, and I'm not gonna. But I love the culture, the vibe, the aesthetic. I'm using all these words, it's like, that doesn't really, I don't know if that fits, but I don't know. That was where I would pick. It's a beautiful area of the world, and not knocking Canada as far as I can throw it, but there's something different about it. I don't know if that makes sense. Question 9. Do you speak a foreign language? Ha ha ha. No. I mean, you'd figure I'd have some French skill, considering I am in Canada, in a highly urban province where it's pretty much required you take it in high school. No. The only reason I even passed French class in high school was because the teacher took pity on me and I was clever. back in school, we had this teacher who had this ingenious plan where if anybody could translate one sentence that he constantly said to shame students, that he would pass them without question. Now, I had another one of his classes where I was doing very well. I was a smart kid. And he was always shocked that I was doing so horribly in his French class. Language never fit my brain in a level of comprehension. I tried even taking Latin because a friend of mine was super into it and he had so much fun. I'm like, oh, I want to do that. That sounds great. No, all the rest of it was fun. The language stuff, no. Nope, no thank you. But as far as the French stuff goes, the phrase was, what a shame. And what he said was what the cheese. So, quel fromage. And he said, if you could tell me what I'm actually saying and what I mean, you'll pass the class. Well, when I was 6, as I've mentioned probably in previous videos, I was told that I could swear as long as I knew what the words meant. French to English dictionary time. I went and looked it up. Quel dommage. What a shame. Something like that. So one day, he was shaming a particularly ambivalent student. Didn't want to be there. And it's like, oh, you didn't do your homework. Go, quel fromage. And I sat there, stared at him like Gouda. He's turned around and he's like, okay, good, you're half right. What did I mean to say? What did I mean to say? I'm like, what a shame. I got my 55. So I didn't have to worry about learning another language. Because I can't. I have enough problems with English, god dang it. Question number 10. What music would we find in your collection? Well, my collection is a little biased. I was raised on country, but I'm not a country fan, though you will find a couple country songs on my list. My collection has a lot to do with writing. If the song reminds me of a character, a part in my story, it goes in the playlist. That being said, I do love a lot of indie rock. Poets of the Fall, Within Temptation are my absolute 2 favorite bands. Of course, I've got Evanescence, I've got Theory of a Dead Man, I've got Nickelback, Don't Judge Me. What else? Yeah. Classic, I've got some classic rock, I've got some pop music in there because everyone who grew up in the 90s probably had pop music on their faves. The only music I'm not a big fan of is rap music, like gangster rap music. I'm not against rap music itself. I do have some Eminem, some Mad Child on my Spotify. But gangster rap, no, you're not going to find it there. And you're not going to find really heavy metal. Like, I do have a couple of Metallica, and I'm a big fan of Apocalyptica, but that's like, I don't know if I would call Apocalyptica metal. It's like metal adjacent because it's also just the sound of it is very appealing. As long as they're not screaming, I'll listen to it. A couple artists I have found recently into is Sam Tinez, I hope I'm saying that right, and The Aviators, because a friend of mine gave me God Hunter, and God Hunter is literally the most amazing song on my list. So yeah, range of music. Well, that's not music. My music collection is vast. At last counting, I think I had like 700 songs on my computer. Because I am that chick. Spotify is only a recent addition to the things that I know how to use. I'm behind on a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't even have a TikTok. But yeah, no, I have music on my computer. I've got music. I've got CDs here somewhere. I don't know where they are anymore, but they're here. So, and I'm constantly, anytime I get a new hard drive, if I couldn't save the music from the CD, like, I'll just reburn them if I can. Because I am stuck in the year 2000. That's it. Those are the questions. Thank you very much to Marta for tagging me in it. I very much appreciate you. It was a lot of fun. And I was gonna say something else and I lost it. The allergies are kicking in. Gosh, dang it. Should not have touched the mini. Should not have touched the mini. Yeah, right. I have to tag people. Duh. Tags require tagging. I am going to tag. I actually wrote some names down because, you know, I didn't want to forget. And then I almost forgot. I am tagging Asche, Brenna Writes, and Agoulcreates. I hope it's okay. If I did tag you and you don't feel like being a part of it, don't feel pressured. If you want to do it and I didn't tag you, feel free. Because I wanna know all about my friends and my writer community people. We live in a great space and it's awesome. If I didn't tag you, consider yourself tagged. Also, if you don't want to make a video, you can also answer the questions down below in the comments. I do respond to them and I do read them when they show up. YouTube has been deleting my comments lately and I don't like it. But if I see it and I can respond to it, I'm gonna respond to it. So comment down below. I'm not streaming on Twitch anymore right now. I'm still trying to figure out kind of where things are fitting with me on Twitch. I kind of want to do writing sprints instead of gameplay streaming. Because once again, game streaming, I don't really have a spot for it. But I'm starting school soon, so I'm kind of taking a bit of a break from that. I am going to be streaming tomorrow with the wonderful folks from the Nostalgia Train Book Club that Violet is hosting. We read The Hunger Games this month. And, yeah. We're going to be talking about it tomorrow, so link's going to be down below to Violet's channel. Also, like the video to help me survive the algorithm gods that like to devour small creators like me. And subscribe if you haven't. That way you can keep up with any other videos I've got going. I have one more video coming out this week. It's going to come out probably Thursday. It's going to be different. I don't want to spoil it too much. But it's probably going to be one of the more personal videos I've made. And I'm nervous about it and excited about it. And I hope you enjoy it as well as much as you enjoyed this one. So, until next time, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate and love you all so very much. And we will see you guys next time. Oh, everybody, all the information's down below for also people I have tagged. Did I say that? I'm not sure. Bye!